welcome back to CEO.CA. Today, joining us is Tony Di Benedetto, CEO of Syntheia. The company is developing and commercializing conversational AI to deliver human-like conversations. Tony, businesses everywhere are experimenting with AI. Curious to understand first, why specifically on answering phone calls?
So every business I've been involved in has always been to try to solve a problem. And this problem actually happened going through a drive-through restaurant, trying to order a Tim Hortons double-double. And it was a challenge. And we just sat there and we said, there's got to be a better way in this modern age on how to create more efficiencies. And this is how this technology really came about. Today, we live in a society where there's a lot of immigration coming into Canada, for example, and language, in some cases, is becoming a barrier for efficiency and communication. And we're simply dealing with that. That was the starting point. But now we're seeing a tremendous amount of applications where conversational AI can be utilized for small, medium businesses and enterprise to help their businesses become more efficient and just drive sales and ROI.
Now, subscriptions-wise, you reached 1,000, which is a milestone. Tell us more about how you got there and what the goal is continued into 2025 to grow that subscriber base as well.
So we spent the past 2.5 years developing the tech. We launched it in pilot about 1.5 years ago with select clients. And through that period, we started understanding how we were going to market this platform at a global scale. One of the challenges that we've seen with businesses over time is that they develop this great tech, but then can't really commercialize and get subscribers or customers to start utilizing it. So we spent a lot of time experimenting where we thought maybe we would get traction, and we launched it. And to our misbelief, we actually weren't expecting this. Our goal of what we were thinking of doing in about 6 weeks, we did it in 2 on a very limited budget. So whatever we're doing is working, and we're going to continue to push it forward and grow it exponentially and scale.
What do you think allowed you guys to do or achieve that milestone in 2 versus 6 weeks?
I think I know a lot of people are looking for the solution. We're seeing comments coming in, chats, just through our help desk software, people that are subscribing, and they're saying, this is incredible, this is helping my business, and this is a small, medium business product that we launched. Customer service is key today to retain clients. The cost to answer phone calls, believe it or not, the traditional receptionist model is incredibly expensive, and it's a huge churning employee type category in a company, where they keep rotating these types of people, whether it's receptionists or sales reps on the phone. And this is where we kind of solve this problem.
Now, can you share some specific success stories with these small to medium businesses? What sort of ROI are they seeing?
Depending on the businesses, we're seeing a lot that's the one thing that we looked at building, was a community where people start interacting and sharing their success stories or their horror stories with us. It's all about communicating and trying to build it out. But what we're seeing in the receptionist model, we're filling a gap. People are answering the call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and people are getting valuable information and interacting. So whether we're dealing with a real estate office, an automotive dealership, which we've been working with for over 1.5 years, several of them, law firms, these are the small businesses that clients today want contact 7/24. The 9/5 work hour no longer exists. It hasn't existed in a long time, and we're simply filling that. In the enterprise level, let me add one more thing. In the enterprise level, we're seeing larger opportunities for help desks, where these have become very inefficient processes to get back to clients. So we've been working with a few, and the feedback has been tremendous.
Yeah, what I was about to say earlier is, in terms of use, does it completely replace a receptionist, or do you still need the human touch with your tech?
Well, different clients have different requirements. In some situations, we've replaced. In other situations, we become the front line. So for simple, what a client defines as your front end triage, our system does. And then if it requires something more complicated or they want a human involved, then it does a live transfer to a person. So it's totally customizable depending on what the client wants.
And you also have a tiered business model. So freemium, you have 60 free minutes monthly for your customers. What's the thinking behind making this so accessible, and what's the conversion like for the business?
So I can't take, or we can't take credit for these models. We're simply following proven industry models that companies like Dropbox, Google, Adobe, all these folks have done. And the idea here is to start offering a free product with limited functionality, and maybe for a very, very small business it works. But traditionally we're seeing that they would have to upgrade within a couple weeks or months and so forth, if they actually start using the platform at its full scale. So the idea with the freemium model is put it out to as many people as possible, start building a community, and then start basically the folks that start adopting it on a larger scale, then they start upgrading the plans, no different than what we do today with everything, including Apple with your iPhone for cloud storage and so forth.
Well, let's close it off with one last question. Beyond the Receptionist, which I think is your key solution here, what other solutions are you developing?
So, like I mentioned, we're building out an enterprise model that's been working with a couple different clients in different industries. We're going to be putting some information out on that shortly. And that's really the enterprise. That is a much higher ticket item, but it's much more comprehensive. So we're working on that right now. We're also going to be adding many language modules. That's one of the feedbacks that we received from a lot. And an interesting point is a lot of the subscribers that we're getting today aren't necessarily from North America. They're global. And where in many cases, English has become their second language. So they're looking at this as a way to bridge communications from what it looks like, at least the data coming in. So, and we're also launching our referral program, which we're following the footsteps as other industry proven leaders like Dropbox has done. And Dropbox grew their business 3,900% in 15 months using referrals once they built out their community. So that's an easy way for us to continue spreading the word and building brand awareness.
And obviously your IT background for, I think, a couple decades really informs your leadership here. So thank you for sharing, Tony. That's Tony D. Benedetto of Syntheia, ticker SYAI on the Canadian Securities Exchange. Thanks for watching.